Oh, hi. You guys know Cara, right? Mrs. Harnell. Cara, say hi to the people. All right. Well, you saw one Harnell. How about we bring up the other one that you guys are here to see? There. I don't think you know what room you're in. You guys, I'd ask if you were drunk, but we're in Salt Lake, so you probably know.
Oh my God, all my friends are here, man. Dude, look, I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again, and you guys know that I'm telling the truth. So we're blessed to do these things all over the world, usually with this guy right here. And in fact, all the time, because he's the only guy that makes these deals for me. But I'm going to tell you, sincerely speaking, there is no other con like this con. There are no other people like you people. This is the best one in the world, and I love you. You guys freaking roll, dude. This is more like a rock concert than a Comic-Con, and I like it.
Dude, did you see that guy's hair?
Which one I see who?
How cool is that guy's hair?
Me?
Other than you, look at that guy's hair.
Yeah, I totally saw it, bro.
I love that, man.
I might sweep on your head, man. No, look, this is so cool because you know what? I don't want, this is not, okay, well, I'll tell you what this is not right here. This is not you guys coming to talk to a quasi-celebrity. This is a bunch of friends, myself included, hanging out together and talking. All right, so any questions that you guys have, any stupid thing you want to talk about, whatever it is, I just want to talk to you and hang out with you, and that's why we're here, right, dude?
Right, the stupider the better.
Yeah, the stupider the better. So get in line, we're going to ask questions, he's going to do stuff, because this guy's freaking awesome, and I love him, and that guy's hair is freaking amazing, and my wife is right there, let's just stay here all day, man. You gotta be out of here tomorrow because you guys know what's going on tomorrow, right? It's Kristen motherfucking too. See what I did there? And this guy, he's like, you know what, man? I'm not gonna do one of the scripts we've done 20 times. I'm gonna come up with a brand new movie that we've never done before for Salt Lake, and that's tomorrow. At what time, dude?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Yeah, for you drunk people, that's 3 o'clock, okay? I just like confusing you.
Never been done before, and I'm not telling you what movie it is either.
Oh, can't tell you, but it's gonna be worth it. Hit Kim and
I'll give you one hint. The star of the movie is in the building.
Ron Jeremy's out of prison?
You guys, you've been here before, you know the rules. One question, so that way we can get through the whole line. Let's not have one question with 28 parts. If you do that, we're going to boo you.
Yeah, he will, because he's Italian.
We will boo you. And the guy with the hair right here is going to start the booing. Other than Jess, that's the best lettuce in the building right there.
Oh my God, look at the face. This is like a doll was enchanted and came to life right there, dude. You are beautiful, and I'm always so happy to see you.
Let's start it up. Go ahead. What's your question?
Hi. I was wondering what your favorite segment to do on Animaniacs.
My favorite chipmunk to do on Animaniacs?
Oh, segment.
Segment. I don't think we had chipmunks on it, man. My favorite segment. Okay, I really liked that one, I'm Mad. You guys remember that song when it goes, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I like that a lot. And I like the potty emergency because I just had one in the hall. And I liked, you know what I liked, and a lot of people don't know this one, is that we did like one called the 25th anniversary special, where there was this old, where there was like Jim Cummings playing this, oh my God, I have this little high voice, and it was like funny. And we just like dropped stuff on him and kept killing him, and I thought that was pretty funny. Because the beautiful part about cartoons is you can drop things on people that kill them, but there's no permanent damage. That's because that's where I draw the line. I love you, and those are my looking at you because I love you. Okay. That's fine. One down, dude. Did I do good?
One down, a bunch to go.
I know, right? I'm so grateful that you guys took the time out of the day to come here, man. Thank you so much. You know what? This is my like 8th time in a row doing this con. Can you believe that? Yeah, I told Dan Farr that if he doesn't bring me, I'm gonna go to Target and buy a table and just set it up in the middle of the room.
Alright, you're up. Go ahead. What's your question?
It's over here.
Where's the mic?
To your right.
Oh,
To your right.
we're over here. Josh has a
This is my man right here. This is the very talented and wonderful Josh. How are you, my brother?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm better because I'm seeing you, dude. What do you got? What do you got? Ask me something personal.
Okay. Since first of all, it's normal. Are you going to do a voice for that new Fiona Bayou adventure?
I don't think so, but the good news is because I wasn't in that movie, Josh, I wasn't in Princess and the Frog because, you know, they're screaming order. I could do something else, but I think what's nice about it, see, here's the way I look at that. That ride, my first character voiceover job I ever did was Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain. And for a long time, it made a lot of people happy, which made me happy. If it's making people unhappy, then it's cool, I get it, I don't want anybody to feel bad. And since I'm not going to be represented on it, my great friend Jim Cummings will be, so that makes me happy. Because Jimmy was Ray the Firefly, which is one of the great characters that I think in modern Disney movies, and he's going to kill it, and it'll be fine, and they already paid me in the check cleared, so I'm fine. Thanks, Bill.
Alright, go ahead.
Hey, so I was just wondering, do you ever do impressions to either get free stuff or to get back at people for pissing you off?
That's a great question, dude. What a great freaking question that guy. Did you guys all hear that? Okay, 2 quick stories, and I'm going to make them quick because I want to get to everybody. First of all, yes, because, look, man, I'm a scrupulously honest person. I don't like, BS, and I don't like not telling the truth. So, when me and my buddies, once upon a time, we couldn't get restaurant reservations, and I called up, and the exact words that the guy said to me were, "We have no tables available," right? Because it was a very trendy LA restaurant, all that nonsense, and there'd be I'm like, "Nothing?" And he's like, "Nothing." I said, "Okay." So I call back. And I go, yeah, hi, who's the manager on duty, please? They go, oh, that's Daniel. And I said, well, can I speak to Daniel? They said, can I ask who's calling? And I said, yeah, my name is Thomas. I'm Christopher Walken's personal assistant. Yeah, dude. So Daniel can go, oh, I'm sorry, I'll give you 1 minute. So I come back, hi, this is Daniel. I go, hi, Daniel, listen, it's Chris. And actually, the first thing I said was, hang on, will you please hold for Mr. Walken? And I put the phone down and I had a sip of my cherry coke. And then I went, yeah, Daniel, listen, it's Chris. Here's the thing. These guys, they're friends of mine. They want to come in tomorrow. I know you're busy, but I'd love it if they could get a good table. And he goes, no problem, Mr. Walken. And I'm like, no tables available. Bullshit. So I like that. And then there's another one. I've never told this story in a con room ever, but it's true. When I was a little kid, I had no money or anything like that. I had this one friend, and he talked like a speeded up chipmunk here, right? And he goes, oh my gosh, and he stole my wallet, right? And my wallet, I only had like $200 to my name or something. And I'm looking for my wallet. He's like, Billy, you lost your wallet. That sucks, man. Oh my God. That's exactly what he sounds like. So I'm like so bummed out that I lost my wallet. A couple days later, his mom calls me. And she goes, yeah, is this Chance? My son Raymond has your wallet, right? And I went, ooh, right, come here, ooh, yeah. Okay, well, dude, I don't take that stuff. So what I did is I waited until Ray was out of the house, and I knew his dad was like a bastard, and I called his house, and his dad just went, hello. I go, Dad, I just want to tell you that you suck, bro. Right, I imitated his son to his dad, and his dad beat the living crap out of him. Because my impression, I didn't mean for that to happen, but my impression was so good it fooled his dad, bro. So I loved your question. That's true stuff. I never told that story to the con before, did I?
No.
He's been everywhere with me because he's my parole officer.
Not allowed to be more than 10 feet away.
Yeah, no, 10 feet. What's your
Or near school.
That's him, not me. I'm with him.
Please correct me if any part of this wrong, but so you told the story about you and William Shatner being neighbors.
Yeah, dude.
And are you worried that he thinks you're Gene Simmons?
Yeah. Do you guys know that the Shatner thinks I'm Gene Simmons? He lives 2 doors down from us. Go ahead.
So you're both guests here this year. Are you worried he'll find out that
exactly what I wanted, bro. These are the kind of questions that I wanted. It's like, listen, here's the funny thing I'm gonna tell you, okay? So Shatner, when he sees me in the neighborhood, we have all these weird encounters. Like what we had recently, he was walking by my garage, and I was down in the garage doing something, and he walks by and he's with his wife and they're holding hands. He goes, "Hey, Gene," and I think he thinks it's cool that he lives near Gene Simmons, right? And I never told him I was Gene Simmons. My neighbor did. So as he asked my neighbor, he goes, "Now he's in Kiss, isn't he?" Right? And my neighbor goes, "Yeah, yeah." And he goes, "I know, he's got that big tongue. They got a big kick out of it, right?" So he's walking by my garage, and he goes, "Hey, Gene," and he raises his hand, and I went like this. I went, "Hey, Bill." And just out of the spur of the moment, I went like that. I go, "Rock on, dude." And he goes, "Oh, believe me." And he holds up one finger, and he goes, "I intend to." And he walks over. So what I like about that is I got this image of like Shatner going to work the next day, like, "You know what this means? This means I rock on. Gene Simmons told me this." But what's so great, your question, I was on a radio play, you guys, for 95.5 KLOS in Los Angeles, and they used to do these things where they would literally read a movie script. Mark Hamill did it with me one time, a bunch of people, and they go, "Oh man, we know you do Shatner." The DJs go, we know you do Shatner." And I go, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And they go, "Well, he's here. Do you want to say hi?" And I'm like, "Oh no." Dude, because, and by the way, you guys, please don't go over and see him and say that's not Gene Simmons and it'll ruin the whole thing. It's been going on for literally 22 years. 22 years. So he's sitting in there at this radio play, and they go, "You want to say hi?" I go, "No, come on, man, he'll love it, like, say hi to you." And I'm like, okay. And they tracked me, and I thought, well, it was fun for 8 years, or whatever it was. So he's looking at his script, and he's sitting there in this chair, right? And they go, "Hey, Bill." He goes, And he's looking at the script, and they go, "We got somebody here you might like to meet. He's a great voice actor, he does this. This is Jess Harnell, right?" And I'm like, and I hold my hand up, and he goes just like this. "You're me, hold out your hand." He goes, "Yeah, good to see you." And I go, "What?" And I'm like, "Woo, back to Jesus." He didn't even grasp it. And then 2 years later, I was sitting at a Cold Stone Creamery, and I hadn't seen him in a long time, and I'm having ice cream, and he orders this ice cream, and he sees me, and I'm like way down there, and he walks over to me in front of everybody, and he goes, "Gene, this is the best ice cream I have ever tasted." And I go, "Yeah, man, it's really good." He goes like this, he goes, "Okay." Dude, yes, as far as I know, he totally still does. I do not want him to know, so please, you guys, we're all friends. Don't blow it, it'll suck. Thank you for the question. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man who basically needs no introduction, but this is the guy. You guys like Animaniacs? Do you like Tiny Toons? Freakazoid, World Rovers, the 7Ds, so many shows. This is the genius that created all those shows. His name is Tom River. He's downstairs with my buddy Paul Rudd, who's one of the finest writers and performers I ever had a chance to work with. But without this guy, I would be making bad pizza somewhere in North Hollywood. So let's all, let's appreciate it.
I saw some eyes lighting up. Paul Rudd with a D.
Paul Rudd is much cuter than Paul Rudd.
Forget Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd and Freakazoid. We all love Paul Rudd.
Okay, tell me what you got.
Well, just Paul Rudd and I are down there. We have a booth. We're food bar adjacent. So
you can get a pizza and an autograph, dude. You can't beat that.
So stop by. We're by the Hive. And anyway, we'd love to see you. So I want to stop by and tell you, at least Jess may have told the story before, but I wanted you to know about Jess's audition for Animaniacs. Now, we had been trying to get the voice for Wakko for weeks. We have people coming in, and we're down to literally the last day. And every voice actor that came in said, "All right, the voice of Wakko." And what would they do? They would do, "Wakko!" And this was true.
It's the name, right?
Every voice in town. So
they all suck, dude.
It's literally the last day we have scheduled for auditions, and the night before I thought, how are we going to get this voice? So back then, before the internet, I would buy a yearly world almanac, right? And you page through it, and there was a celebrity section. There were celebrities that had passed away and current celebrities. So, and Gene here, Jess came in the room, and we had never met. And Andrea Romano, our voice director and voice cast, we had never met the guy. We said, oh my gosh. And literally, he's the last scheduled audition of the day. And this is our last scheduled audition, and we were going to have to call the crazy junk voices we had and send them off to Mr. Spielberg, and hopefully... Yeah. So he comes in, and he's doing kind of what the copy says, but then we started, said, do you do impressions? And he said, no, I do a few impressions. And he gave us some, Christopher Walken and different things, and we were like, wow, he really does impressions. So I had the almanac here. So I started paging through the names, and go back through celebrities, and I only get to the B's, right? And I say, and Andrea's up there and giving them, Abbott Costello. I said, oh, the Beatles. And Andrea leans to me, Jess, do you do any of the Beatles? And what did you say?
I said, which one do you want, man? Because the truth is, look, I don't know if you guys have seen me do this before, but ever since I was a little kid, it was like a party trick. But you start there with the Beatles, right? You begin with John. And John's voice to me always sounds like it's located in his nose. It's very nasal. It's like this sort of thing, give peace a chance, Then you got Paul, and Paul's voice is much more friendly, It's like around it, It's higher and pitch, it's like that. Then there's George, and George to me always sounded like he had a cold and was congested. And he talked very slowly, And there's Ringo because it was a submarine, peace and love. So you got all four of the Beatles, right?
Well, we took, I think, 2 or 3 of Jess's Beatles. I think we said John, Paul, and Ringo. And Stephen we had 10 other voices, and Stephen had I like 3 of them. I like 3 of all the voices. We said 10, and they're all just doing the Beatles. So Paul Rugg's down there waiting for all of you to stop by the food court. Thanks.
Paul Rugg, seriously, you guys, is one of the greatest writers that I've ever had the blessing to perform. And this guy, without whom I love him so much, Tom River, ladies and gentlemen. That is the man right there. I'm serious. If I didn't do voices for him, I would be cleaning his pool. All right. Okay, next, this is Eliza. Eliza, you guys are looking at the next great sportscaster of all time, not just in Utah, but in the world. She's a badass, and we love you. And go ahead, what do you got?
No,
I know, man. I do that to myself all the time.
Okay, what was your favorite song to sing as Wakko Warner?
Well, you know what? I gotta say, you guys probably remember that like that time blues Louisiana, Indiana. Right, that's it. You know why? Because all my teachers in high school, before they kicked me out and asked me to leave the premises, they used to say, dude, you're gonna end up in prison or on the streets. And I said, no, man, I'm gonna be a rock star. Well, sometimes things work out differently. But the point is that I could go back to school after singing that song and they could say, Louisiana. I'm like, Baton Rouge, you bastard, how about that? No, because you can learn so much geography from that song. And if you pay attention, like, Paulson with the United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru, which, by the way, if you ever see Robbie in a parking lot of like a Lucky supermarket, and you go, hey dude, will you sing the outros? United States, Canada, Mexico, he loves it, bro. He knows that by heart, he'll sing it all day, but that might have been my favorite just because it's not only fun, but it's educational, and it teaches you new stuff in a fun way. And I always think it's better to learn stuff in a fun way, okay? But you, man, you're like, I'm a big fan of yours, you know that. And I love you. All right.
Now,
That's an awesome costume.
just so you're aware, we've only got about 30 minutes and we got about 30 people.
No, but listen to me. If you don't get your question done, you guys, and even if, okay, Okay, listen, I got a table downstairs. Where is it, dude?
It's downstairs.
It's downstairs. And if you guys want to come to my table and you can ask me your question and stuff, if you want to buy something cool, if you don't want to buy something, you can still ask me your question. I would love to see you because you guys are not my fans, you guys are my friends. It's because of you that I get to do this, and your support means a lot to me, so I love you. You can come see me, ask me whatever you want. Go, dude.
Firstly, hello again for the third time.
Wait, well, see, you can't listen. You can't bust me for not knowing who you are because you're just like a
Say
constant.
hello again. This is a voice acting question. Thanks, Cole. In addition to like acting and singing, what would you say is the third element to make you a triple threat in voice acting? Would it be like improv, endurance, that building life?
These questions are really good, bro. They're much better questions than you ask me when we go up to bed. All right. You know what, man? Listen, this is a good piece of advice just in general, but it's for myself too. I think that the reason that I have maintained the level of work that I've maintained for as long as I have is because the more fireplaces that you have irons in, the more chances that something is going to burn. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to limit myself. And it's like a lot of voice guys, like, you know, the promo guys who just do this, rated R, or no, you listen tonight. All those guys, they do that. And it's great, right? But I'm like, well, I'll do that, but I'll do cartoons. And I'll do voice matches for celebrities when they're not available. And I'll do singing. And I'll do singing impressions. And I'll do commercials. And I've been the announcer for America's Funniest Home Videos for 30 years. So my answer to your question is, it's like, you don't want to just, if you can, you don't want to just be a triple threat, be a quadruple threat, and a quintuple threat, and a sextuple threat. The more stuff you're good at, the more your chances.
Now it's naughty.
Was it really? Then we're going to save that for Twisted Tales. But here, I'm telling you, man, it's like the more stuff you're good at, the more chances you're going to be able to put it to good use, right? So magnify your strengths and make as many of them as you can. Thank you, brother.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. How you doing, my Armenian brother?
Dude, I'm doing fantastic. And you know what's cool? That guy, when he first came up, he wasn't smiling. I thought he was going to come up here and kick your ass. No, seriously, yeah.
I would never do that.
I know, but that's good because, you know, I love him, but he's kind of a little bitch.
So I want to take away from all the voice acting and go into rock sugar.
Yeah, I love rock sugar, man. You guys know rock sugar?
So I just want to know, I didn't tell you this last year when you went to the toy drive.
Yeah.
I want to know is how did the whole band came into play, and will we see a reunion tour?
Dude, you're so awesome to ask that. In fact, hang on, I'm gonna get you up a little teaching aid here, as I said. So, I have this band, okay, now some of you guys know about it, some of you don't. It started as a goof, I just thought it would be funny. I said, wouldn't it be great if there was like an 80s hair metal band, and at the end of the 80s, they got shipwrecked on an island, and they had nothing, but they were like metal, they were like Def Leppard or Guns N' Roses, and at the end of the 80s, they got shipwrecked on an island, and all they had to listen to for 20 years was pop records from the 80s, so they got brainwashed, and they started thinking Madonna was heavy metal, and like Paula Abdul and Rick Springfield and Journey, and they started thinking all this stuff was heavy metal. So we made a video, and the video went viral, right? Hang on, I gotta do this, wait, they're gonna play an ad, I'm gonna show you something. So we made this video, and the video totally went viral, and I kid you not, you guys, we just did it as a goof. We started opening up for like Aerosmith and AC/DC, and like huge. The biggest crowd we played in front of was 80,000 people, which was like mind-boggling. But dig it, I'll show you like a second of this. So if you guys know the song Enter Sandman by Metallica, okay, check it out. So this is us, okay? Yeah! Wait. So we're doing metal, right? I'm up there, you know. Okay, let's dig it. And it goes like this. Best music ever if you have a party and you want your friends to think they're drunk long before they get drunk. But dude, this thing, it grew into this big kind of sensation thing. We played all these giant shows, and in fact, that record, It's still on Amazon right now for $900 because we got sued because one of the singers I imitated thought we used his voice, and I had to go to court with him to prove that I didn't use his voice. And it was really weird when the person who made you want to be a singer sues you to make you stop singing. So that was weird. But we have a brand new album full of mashups like that, but now it's like 80s metal with today's pop hits like Adele and Katy Perry and Bruno Mars and people like that and Nirvana and all kinds of other stuff. So if you come down to the booth, you can get the new CD and a Rock Sugar limited edition autograph in the spirit of my cartoons like Animaniacs and Rick and Morty and stuff like that. So you can come get that and answer your questions. We just made this new album last year. It's better than the first album, and next year we want to do more shows because COVID was still kind of going when we booked shows for this year. But next year we'll hopefully do a lot more, and we want to play Salt Lake again because we played the after party 2 years, and they were the most packed after parties the con ever had. So tell FanX you want Rock Sugar to play next year, and we'll come kick your ass, man. Dude, be at the front of the stage. I'll give you the mic.
I was going to, before I leave, I just want to say thank you so much. Keep doing what you're doing and for making our lives as a fan wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're a friend, and listen, when you come to the show, if you want to stop around a little bit, it's all right. All right, thanks, man.
I welcome the opportunity.
Don't worry, I won't be stopping you anytime soon. But my question for you, Jess, is when you did the Animaniacs movie and...
You mean Wakko's Wish?
Yes, Wakko's Wish. If you could go back and do a different wish as Wakko, what would that wish be?
My wish would have been that I met my wife sooner, bro.
I couldn't disagree with you more about that.
Thank you, man. That would have been my wish. Whoa, no, I found you, dude. There he is, get the man.
Alright, so I'm Emily, and it's really nice to meet you.
Hi, Emily. It's nice. Hello, Emily.
Okay, so this is kind of an obscure question, but when you got the job for America's Funniest Home Videos for announcer, like, what was that like? Did you have to audition, or did you have to like go in and?
Fortunately, I didn't have to film a video of myself falling off the roof or anything. No, it's a good question. I did. I went in and I auditioned. It was just like any other job. And I auditioned. And you know what's funny about this? This is a little known for you voiceover people out there. When you approach a piece of copy that's not a cartoon where you know you're doing a character, you know, like it would be silly if Batman thought, hey, I'm Batman. Nobody would believe that, right? It's going to be, hey, I'm Batman. You know, it's like that kind of thing, right? So for America's Funniest Home Videos, they gave it to me. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what kind of, like, if there was one word that you'd want for this to sound like, what word would you pick? And I don't think anybody else asked them that. They said, I think friendly. And I went, okay. So like this is my normal voice, but see this is my really super friendly voice. And if you said you're taping the AFE, you just might win $100,000. So it's all about the attitude you put on. It's like putting on a hat. And it's like, you know, I just said, okay, friendly. Because if they wanted it to be like a healthcare commercial, it would have been like, you just might win $100,000. See, it's like you change your attitude, you change what you get. See?
Yeah.
So that's how I got that gig, and I got it so long ago, I can't believe I'm still doing that show.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Emily. All right. I sure did.
Thank you. Joey from the Animaniacs here.
Hey, Joey, how are you, man?
For the con,
Thanks for the love, man.
I gotta book you on the Animaniacs before the
I love doing that with you guys.
I'm over with Paul and Tom.
Who?
And
I'm just kidding. I love Paul and Tom so freaking much. You guys, if you haven't gone to see them, they're freaking awesome.
And Paul Rudd was a great partner with you on the show. Not only did he write things like Potty Emergency
Yeah,
for you,
yeah.
but he was Mr. Clown.
Did you ever always have a reserve for nice and chubby baby? You know, this is fantastic.
My question, however, is about you with Bernadette Peters.
Yeah.
A few years ago, I saw you in Phoenix, and you had the funniest stories about meeting Bernadette Peters, and yeah.
Yeah, dude, I did, listen, here's the thing, Andy. I don't really have a filter, you know? But here's the thing, look, you can use that as an excuse to be a jerk, and I don't ever want to be a jerk, so I say I don't have a filter, but I always try to be nice and polite to people because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. But when Bernadette Peters, she came in, you guys know who she is, she's a great Broadway star, she played Rita on Animaniacs, Rita, right? She came into the studio one day, and Robbie and Tress were over there going, oh, it's such a privilege to meet you. It's so awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. And I walk in, I'm like a sheepdog. I come walking in, my hair's flying all over the place. And I go, wow, you're so little. Can I pick you up? And she did. And she goes, sure. And I go, wow. Carried her into the other room, and she really dug it, which is good because she's a lot more powerful than me. She probably could have had me fired, though.
Yeah.
She was cool about it, and I found that a lot of the time, by behaving in an irreverent way, I got another one for you. The first time we met Spielberg, I'll tell this quickly, we were standing in the receiving line at a big party for Animaniacs, and Steven comes out, and he looks just like Steven Spielberg. He's like, that's Steven Spielberg. He's got the hat on, right? And he walks down the lane, the aisle, saying hi to everybody, and he's got a guy behind him reminding him who we all are and our credits and stuff. And he gets over to me and he said some nice things about playing Wakko. And after he was done saying it, he was on the cover of Time magazine as the highest paid filmmaker of all time, standing on dollar signs or something like that, the previous week. So he comes over to me, he says all these nice things, I'm shaking hands with him. When we finished, I go, can I be honest with you? And he goes, okay. And I go, I didn't really hear anything that you just said to me, because the whole time you were talking, all I could think about is how much money you must have in your wallet right now. And Paulson and Tress McNeil and Frank Welker looking at me. And Steven just kind of stared at me, Andy. He just kind of stares at me, and all of a sudden he goes, it's a lot. Right. And I go, right. I go, seriously. I go, it's been 45 seconds. That's got to be 20 large. And he goes, something like that. And I go, good, man. I go, you know what? And he goes, what? Well, I'm proud of you. Right? And he goes, oh, thanks. And then he walks away. I'm not making it up. He walks away and goes, do this. So everybody's kind of looking at me like, oh my God. It's Spielberg turns around and goes, hey, Jess. And I go, yeah? He goes, want to get a trip? And I go, yeah. The moral of the story is, don't be afraid to be a little nuts, as long as you don't hurt anybody. You gotta be cool. But yeah, and then he invited me over to his office, which looks just like a really, really elegant Taco Bell. So anyway, long answer, straight question, but Andy, it's nice to see you.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks a lot. How are you?
Hey, bro. Hey, what's going on, man? I love your cake. Oh, thank you. It's my life's. Listen, you know what? These pants, I got my wife's gonna kill me. They were a dress, okay? My wife got this dress, and I got so jealous that I went and got more of them. We took them to our tailor who makes all this stuff for us, and I said, I want pants. So basically, I guess this is my way of saying that I'm an extremely heterosexual transvestite, but in the best of ways, But if it weren't for female clothing, I would have nothing to wear. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah, show them the dress, babe. Show them the dress. Show them the dress. Come here, hold on. You want to see my wife's dress?
She's shy.
Can you see it? Look, see it? What's your question, Rob? My question, I get to meet Paul yesterday, and I asked him this, and I'm going to ask you, can you still do? How are you with the going? You were there, but here now you are for me to say, how did you do? Oh my God, did I say that? I did say that because I was imitating you. And the answer is, no, I can't, but you just did, and it was freaking awesome. So if anybody else asks me to do that, you gotta come over and I'll just say, listen, because I remember I imitated him for a minute, didn't I? Oh my God, that was pretty cool. I love that. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. These guys are two of my favorites because I want you to know something. I've been here for a lot of years. A lot of you guys come every year. Every year they come and see me. Can I see that, bro? Give me that. Give me that. This is awesome. Every year they come and see me, and I have signed this every year for the last 12 cons or whatever, year after year after year. So let's hear it for them, man. All right, little Wakko, I see you. You look great. What's your question?
So what was the hardest episode for you to do in Animaniacs?
Dude, listen, here's the secret. None of them are hard because literally, by definition, I should be moving boxes because I have no qualifications. So every time I ever did it, I was just like, this is so awesome. You know, it's funny too because people ask me about vocal production and stuff, and I do for instance, this is a good example. I do carpet for a lot of the South Park video games and stuff like that and similar products, and people think that voice would be hard to do, but it's actually not. I don't know why you guys are so pretty simple, you come back here and you tell me, like, hey, you guys, you know, and it's like, that's not hard to do. But, you know, what is hard to do is like, when I build a cowardly lion, it's really hard because I can feel it in my throat and titans are all blah, 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 you know. So it's like certain voices are harder than others, but at the end of the day, bro, I still get paid to make people happy, and that's like the best freaking thing in the world, man. Listen, whatever it is you love to do, whatever it is you guys love to do or are called to do and have a passion to do, you gotta believe that you can do it because you have that feeling for a reason, and there's no reason at all. They're like, oh, I could never do that, I could never compete. Dude, if I thought that, I wouldn't be moving boxes. So it's like, you can do what it is you feel like you want to do. Just believe that you can and don't give up. Those are the secrets, right? So anyway, nothing more hard, and I love you guys.
Awesome, thank you. I like your shirt. Second best shirts in the room.
Andy, what's up, dude?
How you doing, Jess?
I'm doing fantastic, brother.
And let me just say real fast, everybody here, I bought the rock shirt album last year. Awesome self.
It's badass, right? No, seriously, you guys have fun. In fact, listen, if you guys come to the thing, the booth, and you buy the new one that we haven't been sued for yet, but I'm sure we will eventually, if you buy it, it's only $20. If you don't like it, this dude right here will give you your money back. Okay? So just find him and say, hey bro, I hated it, but you can't lie. You can't, that's why I feel safe doing this. No, you didn't. You totally didn't. I know you, bro. I know you. He's over there rocking out while he's saying that. No, seriously, it's like, if you don't like it, $20. All right, go ahead, Andy, what do you got?
So my question for you is, when you get like a character to like audition for,
Yeah.
do you like come up with that personality yourself, or are you told how to like interpret it?
Great question. Great question. This is another thing, you guys. It's like in your own lives with your own work. They'll come to me and they'll say, okay, he's this, he's this, he's this. One thing I like to try to do sometimes, because you know, people say you have to do a million voices to do cartoons. Like, I know you need one great one. Everything else is extra. I happen to do a lot, like Paulson and people like that. We do a lot of voices. So the more specific, when you have a ship with a lot of tools on it, the more specific they can be as far as what they want. I prefer it because you can then go, okay, so they want like a cross between this guy and maybe a little higher pitch. That's easy. Most of the time they don't. So you just do things like I said earlier about if you can describe this in a word, what word would you use, or can I see a picture? Because a lot of the time the picture dictates the voice. But like what I love doing, there was another show called The Tick. You guys remember a show called The Tick? I auditioned for The Tick, and like Wakko, like he was saying, that came about as an accident because they asked me if I could do impressions. The Tick, when I got that show, you know, everybody was a superhero show, parody show, and everybody's like, you know, I'm a sewer urchin, and we gotta save the city. Come on, Tick, let's go, or whatever they were doing. And I went in and I did something, and they liked it. And they go, I go, hey man, before I go, can I try something else that was weird? And they go, yeah, okay. And I had just seen that movie Rain Man. You guys remember that movie? Yeah. And so I went, yeah. Of course, definitely The Tick. Yeah. Oh, very dangerous, very dangerous. And they loved that. And they got the gig doing it because I was crazy and I thought it was something weird. So I guess the moral of my little panel is just be weird. Thanks, Andy. What's up?
Just so you know, we only got about 7 minutes
Oh,
left.
you can get at least 3 more, dude. Watch me.
We gotta get to the little kid dressed as you.
I know that's Taylor, bro. Look how cute
We
Taylor.
gotta get to Taylor. So go, quick, go.
Yeah, for sure. So Jess, just quick question. What was your most memorable Twisted Tunes? I know you go around the country and do this. Like, what has been like some of your most memorable moments?
You know, I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, man. This is legit. I like almost all of them a lot. My very favorite Twisted Tunes we ever did was the first one that we did here in Salt Lake City. Yeah, right over there. And what I loved about it was me and Jimmy Cummings and Robbie Paulson in your main ballroom, 5,000 people screaming their heads off, felt like a rock show. And it's like, you know, when you play a sport, if you play with really great players, it makes you play better. Well, those two guys are freaking legendary. So we all gave it our absolute best. It was the most fun I have ever had in the Twisted Tunes until tomorrow.
All right, what do you got?
Hi, Jess.
Not you.
So I want to ask, what is your favorite voice that you've done that no one talks about enough?
Well, that's a good one. What's my favorite voice? His. I like doing his because he's got a weird accent. No, I have a big one. Dude, Jeff, I want to get a little analysis. I gotta get some pizza, I gotta get something, hang on there. Okay. Wait, what's a voice that I love to do that I don't get enough? Captain Hero, yeah, Captain Hero's favorite. Although Captain Hero, man, Drawn Together is the only movie premiere I ever went to of anything I did where I wanted to hide under the seat in front of me. You know, see, it's a beautiful question. I'm just the wrong guy to ask because I forget so much. Like, you know, this guy right here, he asked me a few years ago. He goes, dude, you know, we should advertise some video game characters that you do. And I go, I don't do any video game characters. And he goes, really? And I said, no. And he goes to me back, he goes, didn't you do Crash Bandicoot? I go, oh yeah, I did that. And he goes, didn't you do Spyro? And I go, oh yeah, because I just forget. So the ones that nobody talks about, I don't even remember.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, hon.
Nice one.
Welcome back.
Hi, I'm Christina. I met you last year.
Hi, Christina. I met you last year.
Yeah. Anyway, the question I wanted to ask is, who's your favorite Animaniacs character that isn't Wakko?
Oh my God, who's my favorite that isn't Wakko? I really, you know who I love? I love Pinky because he reminds me of my wife. And I love, you know what's really cool, Christina? Is Christina, you said?
Yep.
Okay, Christina, what I love about the whole thing for me is that Animaniacs brought two of my great loves in my life together because I love the Beatles.
Yeah.
And the first comedy thing I really appreciated was the Marx Brothers.
Yeah.
And Wakko was basically like Harpo and
Yep.
Yakko was like Groucho.
Yep.
So I'd say Yakko is my other favorite because he talks so fast and he's so clever. Who's your favorite?
Take a wild guess.
There we go, thank you. But listen, let me have that back once in a while, will you?
I kept the button you gave me last year.
I'm so happy you did. I love you. Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much. All right, we made it.
All right. Oh my God,
We got a
dude.
jump.
Oh, little man, come on.
Just
help
take the
out
mic.
here.
Take the mic.
Yeah, give him the mic, bro.
There you go.
My wife makes that same sound when I throw her around. It's funny. What's your question, bro?
What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? My favorite movie of all time, I'm being totally straight up with you, is a movie called The Wizard of Oz. I love that movie.
You know the Wizard of Oz is here, right there. Stand up.
Stand up, you guys. There's my favorite movie right there. Right there, because The Wizard of Oz is all about believing, even when you don't think you have the thing you want the most, it's already inside of you. So I love that. I love that story. And I love the fact that I get to be the cowardly lion because I used to watch that movie. Anyway, is that it? Are you good? Did you have something else? Well, don't let him make you nervous, bro. He's all right. What's the question?
What was the first Animaniacs movie and first Animaniacs show you ever made?
I'm gonna let you take that.
I wasn't on the.
What's the best Animaniacs show I ever made? All of them. But which one? The first one? The first one we ever did was where we met Dr. Scratch and Sniff, and he asked me, what is on your mind? And I said, my hat. And we went back and forth like that. That was the first one we ever did. What do you got, Lucian? And is your name not Taylor? What's your name, sweetheart?
Taylor.
What is it?
She said Taylor.
That's a beautiful name. I'm sorry I got it wrong, sweetie. Okay, Lucian, what's up, bro?
What were some of your favorite lines that you did in Animaniacs?
Potty, potty, potty. I like that one a lot. And I like, I'd never get to get it. And I like, can I call you Dadu? That was really good. And that one that the guy with the cape said that I couldn't say as good as him. I like that one too, but I forgot that one. But yeah, I like all of them. Anytime you give me something to say, I was grateful because I got a mortgage.
Thank you very much. All right, Taylor, what do you got?
Taylor, what do you got? How do you spell T-A-Y-R-E-N? How do you spell your eyes? Shut up. She's like, dude, you look like you're in a Def Leppard tribute band. What the hell?
It's T-A-I lowercase R-E-H-S.
All right, you guys, everybody repeat that back. I'm just kidding. That's amazing. That's amazing, and I'm glad you're not bigger because you would have kicked my butt if I got it wrong. Now, what's your question? First of all, you are the cutest Wakko I've ever seen. You're welcome. What's your question?
My brother who asked what's your favorite movie, I wanted to ask if you could tell Ron Paulson that his name is Raphael.
Your brother's name is Raphael?
Yeah,
Tell Robbie that.
he plays the voice of Raphael.
How cool. You guys, listen, you know what? You got the cool name family. Your whole family sounds like a very cool rock band.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's great
Beatle?
Oh my God, God bless you. My favorite Beatle is John. My second favorite is Paul. My third favorite is George. My wife's favorite is Ringo. So we make it.